Hey, what's the deal, people? It's your boy Big Star Raw Sports, rawsports.tv. Make sure you log on to the website. Visit Raw Sports Films on YouTube. Oh, my man Wong Zilla is on point, very punctual. Thank y'all for another, joining me for another classic episode. Hold on, I'll just wait for the intro. Let me see. Wong Zilla,
What's up?
what's going on, big dog? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I appreciate it. I'm blessed, man. Me and my family's blessed. Everybody's healthy, man. Appreciate you checking in with me today, man. Hey, I also want to just mention right off top, I appreciate your punctuality. 2 o'clock, you right on point. You tap right in. I was actually about, but you jumped right in on me.
Can you repeat that? It's like a little up and down.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it right
All
now.
right. All right, the reception. Just a quick housekeeping thing. Just want to mention real quick. My experience with Instagram Live has been kind of hit or miss regarding the reception. So if you experience where you can't hear me or I can't hear you, just exit out. Just jump right back in, send another request, and we'll just try to just keep doing that till we get the interview done.
Okay.
All right, so just want to thank all the viewers, man, and everybody that's going to jump on and join us today, man. This is college day for Raw Sports Off the Court, man. And we got my man Isaiah Wong, aka Wong Zilla, formerly of Monsignor Bonner High School and currently Miami Hurricane, man. So thanks for joining me today, man.
No problem.
No doubt. I'm sure if you don't know the format, we're gonna do jump into some 10 random questions. Then we'll just get into chopping it up about your history, high school, currently at Miami, and all that kind of stuff. All right.
All right.
All right. So 10 random questions, real quick. Favorite cartoon growing up?
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
No doubt. I appreciate that. I appreciate hearing that because I'm old school. Um, you go to school in Miami, so name one or two celebrities you've seen since being in Miami, if you've seen any.
Celebrity. Mm, not really. Does NBA players count as celebrities?
Yeah, anybody.
Okay. I seen Vince Carter. They practiced at our facility. Trey Young, and I met Matt Johnson when he was doing some movie scene or something. I don't know. Like, he was there, and I took a picture with him.
No doubt. That's what's up. Summertime cookout. Summertime cookout. What's on your plate? What you usually eat at a cookout?
Some barbecue chicken, some cornbread, macaroni and cheese, and string beans.
No doubt. Who inspires you? Who's someone that you look up to, that you can always count on for some advice? Whatever you needed.
Um, to count on for advice, I go to my mom to count on advice because every time I struggle in something, she always give me support, in which sometimes I use, sometimes better, and it just helps me be a better man.
No doubt. No doubt. Um, Besides playing basketball, besides class, you go to school in Miami. Miami is Miami.
Yeah.
So what type of fun do you have whenever you just want to have fun? What's like one thing that you do for fun in Miami since you've been there?
Um, with the team, we go have some fun. Maybe it's in the house, just have a get together, and we just chill and have fun together, play 2K maybe, and we all competitive in 2K, but I feel like I'm the best in 2K.
Would your teammates beg to differ, or are you definitely the best?
They'll beg to differ because I'll lose some games and I'll win some games, but sometimes they be cheating, but it's all right.
Who would you say is second best, since you're the best?
I'll say Chris likes. Chris likes he's good and he like studies like how people play, so it's very hard to go against him.
No doubt, no doubt. Um, what's your favorite subject in school? And why?
Uh, right now, I'm doing kinesiology right now, and it's like based on sports and like how business works and stuff, and like what they be doing, like on like sponsorships and everything, like how money comes in and stuff, and I like really like that.
Gotcha. Well, speaking of that, that leads to my next question. Life after basketball. What type of career would you want to have? After basketball.
Hopefully, I can before if I make it to the NBA, hopefully I can invest in like houses, like own some houses and make people pay rent and just be like um, hmm, let me think. I really haven't think this through, but
But now that's I mean, where your mind's at already is pretty. That's pretty good. Just curious, have you seen the movie The Banker at all?
no, I haven't.
Yeah, try as a homework assignment. Try to watch that over the next couple weeks, and then check back in with me and let me know what your thoughts were about that movie because it's exactly along the lines of where you're thinking as far as like investing in houses, owning houses, and all that kind of stuff. It's a really good movie, and it's based off a true story as well.
Yeah.
Um, Players you like during your era in high school, your 4 years in high school. Who besides your teammates at Bonner, what were some other players that you liked when you was in high school?
Um, I like watching Anthony Edwards. He was a tough player watching in high school. Um, Carl Towns, when he was in high school, I used to go to his games, and he used to play against my older brother, and he was just dominating. I just liked the way how he played, and he was from Jersey, and it was just fun to watch him play. And Bree and Tyree, he's from old Mississippi,
Hmm.
and I played him in state playoffs, and him and Ty's battle was cooking us badly, but it was fun to watch them play while we was getting cooked at the same time. So,
No doubt, that's what's up. Have you been paying attention to the Last Dance series?
yes, I have.
Yeah. So what's so far? What's something that's kind of stuck out to you that was interesting, something that you learned that you didn't know about the Bulls story or any players or what?
Just Michael Jordan, how he was like a hard worker, and like beginning of the season he was struggling, but he was a good player, but he was struggling. Then he realized like he needed to like get into the weight room, and like when he did that, that made his game like a lot better. I feel like, and when he got a lot better, he wanted to bring his players up with him and make his team better as a team to win like championships.
Got you. Now, did you like is there something that you took away from that? Just from kind of like as it relates to yourself. Like, did that kind of get your wheels turning at all, or what?
Yeah, I feel like hard work like pays off. I feel like because Michael Jordan is like a hard worker. If you just keep on in the gym, I feel like, and you just help yourself out, make yourself feel like a better man while you on the court and playing good.
No doubt. So let's get into it, man. So for anyone who doesn't know who you are, people who had just watched you playing during high school but didn't get to know you personally, and I was at tons of your games, during your high school career, but we rarely, we didn't have that many conversations. We didn't kind of sit and kind of do this kind of dialogue. So I didn't really get a chance to kind of know you off the court, like I'm getting to now. But just explain to the people who you are. Who is Isaiah Wong? Talk about Isaiah Wong like you're not Isaiah Wong.
Um, Isaiah Wong off the court. I'm a very loud personality with my family. Like I'm always the one talking, always the one trying to get on everybody's nerves, and it's like funny for me and the brothers because we all trying to get at each other, see who's the best out of all of us. And which I'm the best at basketball, but everybody has like their forte. Like we play Monopoly every night, and Brian sometimes beat me, but I always be up there like competitively, and it's like my personality is just like I always want the edge on somebody, and I always like to bug people.
No doubt. So I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. That's kind of ironic because you said in your family, you're like a loud person. But dog, if I could be, super honest, like during like out of like, you know, 25 of the games that I've filmed of yours in high school, I've rarely heard you say anything. Like super quiet. Like whether things were going your way on the court, not, the refs you were getting calls or not, like, not even really trash talking. You was just strictly all business, man. You was a quiet assassin. And you just like I never heard you talk, man.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on the court. Like I'm a quiet person on the court because it's like I need to stay focused in the game. But like sometimes it comes out. Sometimes you hear a little something in the game, but you never see me like consistently say something. But I'm a quiet person. I feel like on the court.
No doubt, no doubt. How do you think regarding on the court? How do you think your coaches would describe you over the years, high school and college?
Um, I say hardworking man and just trying to play within the team system. It's like if the team wants me to play a role that I need to play a role, I feel like I'll play that role in the coach's system. Just like what they need for me, I would do.
No doubt. Where you from? Where you grow up? Like when I asked you who'd you enjoy watching play high school ball in high school. I think you mentioned a couple players from New Jersey and everything. So for people who don't know, where are you from? Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Piscataway, New Jersey.
Hmm. And so what was it like, for you growing up in Jersey before you came over to to the PA Philly, Philly area?
Growing up in New Jersey was like it was just like calm place, just me, my family, my brothers, and we was in a small neighborhood right across from Rutgers University. It was just me and my friends, and we had a park with a basketball hoop, and we would just have fun playing there. And it was just then my dad took me to job court where it's like a little basketball league, and where it was a lot of competition where all the people around the town would play at.
No doubt. Let's talk about your mom for a second. She seems. I mean, I'm sure your entire family are huge supporters of you. But I always like see your mom on social media, like always holding it down, just like so proud of you, man. Just talk about your mom and it's kind of explain who she is and what she means to you, man.
My mom's always on me, in which if I do something wrong, if I'm lacking or something, she's always there to say something. Like if I'm feeling a little tired, she always trying to wake me up and trying to get me to work out or get outside. And she's always there for me. I feel like, and she's like a supporter, and she's like my like number one fan. In which she's probably loving this right now, but
Especially because Mother's Day is tomorrow. My wife chimed in. She says, "Yeah, especially because Mother's Day is tomorrow, so it's only right that we shout it out, Mom Dukes."
yeah, mom's always there for me, and like she tries to come to every game, and she was trying to make every college game, but it was like a little too much for her. But like every high school game, every middle school game, she was always there, and every time she made to a college game, she made sure she was the loudest one out there. Yeah,
So, which I mean, you're playing, college basketball in front of thousands. Would you hear your mom on the court? Like, could you hear her, like, in the midst of all the other yelling?
yeah, I had a little mixtape with it was playing against North Carolina, and I played like a layup, and all you could hear was my mom yelling like "and what," and it was the funniest thing because it was like
Yo, that's awesome. I appreciate hearing that. Growing up, did you play any other sports besides basketball?
I played soccer for a little bit, and I played football in eighth grade. Then I got injured and stopped playing, so that
You
was
got injured. You got injured in what sport?
in football.
Okay, you said, all right, that's it. I'm good. I had enough of that.
Yeah, that was it. It was like middle school. I was playing football and I overstretched my gluteus. It was bad. I couldn't walk for like 2 weeks, but it was
Wow.
yeah, it was
And if had it not, I mean, were you excelling in any other sports? Like, were there any others? Like, had it not been basketball, what would have been your second choice possibly?
um, it wasn't really a second choice because I was always a basketball player,
Hmm.
and like I tried football because all my friends played football, and I just wanted to like be a part of that. Cause
Yeah.
like I felt like I was a great football player because I would be playing outside with my football friends. I'll be like I feel like I was like the best football player, but it was like when I got to middle school football, it was like I didn't play the right position and stuff, and I didn't have like a good run in football at that time.
Got you, got you. Hey, real quick before we get to my next question, man, just want to shout out a couple people that are here, man. Duval Simmons says, "Mr. Wong, what up from Virginia?"
But
And Harlan with the blue check. Who's that?
yeah, that's Harlan Beverly. That's he's from Miami. He's my teammate. That's
No
my
doubt, no doubt. Shout out to your teammates, man. Joining in. Appreciate you checking in, Harlan. Appreciate it. Much love. Um, so also, what are some of your? You said you've always played basketball. What are some of your earliest? Before I get into that, real quick, somebody wants to know before we change channels. What position did you play when you played football?
I played cornerback as a defensive. That was defense position.
Got you. Just cornerback.
Yeah, just cornerback.
Got you. And that reminds me, to all the people that are tuned in, once me and Isaiah and Wong get through all of our questions, I'm gonna open it up to the people at the very end for a Q&A from the people. So Isaiah, I'm gonna let the people ask you a few questions before we wrap up at the end. All right.
Yep.
Cool. So what you say you always played basketball. What are some of your earliest memories of hoops?
Um, I remember middle school. I was playing elementary school. I was playing this March Madness thing at my school in MOK. It was the best. It was like the funnest thing ever. It was like a tournament. Like if you lose, you're out. If you win, you keep on going. And
Uh-huh.
in the championship game, like the whole school came in. It was like 3-on-3, and that was like the best memory I have of playing basketball when I was young. And it was like, and we won that March Madness thing.
No doubt. So that was huge, especially at that age.
But
What were you good as a little guy, or were you just average, like amongst your peers, you just an average little kid? Like, did you stand out, or were you really good, like amongst when you were like in elementary school and all that?
I stand out. I was good. I was standing out. Kids like in recess, they didn't want to play with me because I was too good, and I was just shooting by myself. It
So
wasn't
you couldn't get no rec during recess, huh?
it wasn't they wasn't trying to have none of that.
They ain't want no smoke in elementary school, huh?
Yeah, they did.
No doubt. So where did your love for basketball come from, and like when did you fall in love with hoops, you think?
I feel like I have a memory. I was asking my mom. I was good at basketball. I was looking up, searching stuff. I was like, how much money does like an NBA player get? And I was like, that's a lot of money you could be making for like a NBA player. That's, and I'm pretty good at basketball, so I feel like that's how like I loved the game before that, but like that's what made me like go more to my goal as a basketball player and like trying to search for like any other stuff.
No
Like,
doubt, no doubt. When were some of your first, like when did you start like playing organized, like AAU and all that kind of stuff? What are your memories as far as like that whole path, like earlier, not in high school, but earlier, like middle school and all that?
I'll say the drop court thing. It was like a little league. It was a little league for Piscataway people. It was like a couple teams. It was like where my dad worked, and he had like a whole bunch of teams. Everybody was good, and it was like I feel like it was good competition because I was playing up sometimes, and it was like everybody was like going hard. Everybody was trying to get at you. I feel like that's what really like made me as a basketball player now. And like middle school, I went to a school in South Brunswick. I was in sixth grade, and I couldn't play middle school basketball because it was only for seventh, eighth grade. But like, I respect what the gym teacher did. He brought the seventh and eighth graders to the gym one day, like a couple of days, like every Friday, so I could play against them with the seventh and eighth graders. And when I hit seventh grade, I was playing middle school basketball, and I was like one of the best players in eighth grade. We went undefeated that season, won the championship. I scored like 700 points in like 2 years.
In middle school.
Yeah, middle school.
That's crazy. So that's where it all began, huh? No, so let's talk about your high school career. Because I did some research. Initially, before you came over and was playing at Bonner, you were at Notre Dame in New Jersey.
Yeah, I was at Notre Dame.
Gotcha. And you was at Notre Dame for like ninth and 10th grade.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So tell me about that experience.
That experience was a great experience. It was going into ninth grade. I was trying to go to a private school because I thought me and my mom thought private school would be the best option for me as in competition. And we went to Notre Dame. Me and me and my friends from AU, we all went to the same high school, and we all played together with seniors like Troy. Like we had some seniors on the team that was good, and they like taught us the toughness of like the varsity team, and like we played them every day, like freshmen versus seniors. It was just a tough thing. And like sophomore year, the seniors left. It was me and this other senior. He was a senior that year, Manning Dixon. He went to St. Peter's, and he was a good player. And we had a good team that year, but we didn't. We went far, but We didn't go where we wanted to be. And I got player of the year that season, MVP player of the year that season, my sophomore year.
Oh, that was your sophomore year.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I read somewhere um, Mercer County freshman. Oh, you won the Mercer County title your first freshman year, right?
Yeah, freshman year we won the title that year, our freshman year for Mercer County.
And then sophomore year, one of your accomplishments, you said you won the MVP. What was that again? Mention that again.
Most valuable player of Mercer County for the league. Yeah.
Got you. And when and why did you make the transition over to Bonner? And like, why Bonner opposed to like, any of the other schools? You know what I mean? Tell me about, how you wound up there.
I felt like the competition was going down as Mercer County was like everybody was leaving, so it was like mostly gonna be like Notre Dame versus like Trenton Catholic for in the championship for both those years, and I didn't feel like that was like a great feeling. So I was looking for a school to like have like some more players that I can like play against. So I found Bonner that was in the PCL, and they had great players that came in and came out, and we had me and Jerry. I knew Jerry was there, so that helped me a lot. Then I found out Tyreek Ingram went there, and
Yeah.
have a great team here. And we had some players that was already there, like Tyrese Watson and and some other players.
Yeah. What when you think about your career at Bonner, what are some things that stick out to you? Some big games, memorable games, experiences, anything that kind of. I mean, I have tons myself. Just want to pick your brain first, see what sticks out to you from back then.
I'll say like every time we play Roman, it was always a good game. I feel like I feel like we beat them more times. Like we beat them a lot, but it was like every time like it really counted in championship. They had that one that really killed us my junior year. That really got me. And last year we beat them because I hit the my senior year. I hit the game winner, and that's like the best moment
Was
because
that game winner? Was that down? That wasn't at the Palestra. That was at another gym. Was that at home? Where was that at?
I was at home at Bonner.
I remember that. And that one game winner like went viral like all over the internet. Like I remember somebody uploaded that clip and I was like, yo, that was crazy, that game winner, man.
It was a big shot too. That was tough.
Yeah,
Then
tell me what I mean, those are the type moments that a high school player, any player lives for. Those game winners in front of a big crowd. Relive that experience for me, man. What was that like hitting that game winner that night, man?
I was really like calm and composed because like I had like a lot of game winners, so it was like
Oh,
I
so just another game winner was no big deal.
was another game winner because I was really feeling it. Like the thing that let me down, like Lindbergh, he's a tough player, and he had like some little post fade, and I thought they was really gonna get us, but I was like, this ain't gonna happen again. He ain't gonna let them win this time. So I was like, I got the ball with like 10 seconds left, had a bank try for the game, and that was like a great feeling to win
No
that game
doubt.
because we really needed that one.
No doubt. What are some accomplishments, that you some things you accomplished while at Bonner in the PCL?
I got MVP Player of the Year 2 times. That was a great accomplishment, and I really led the team. Me and the other players, we really led the team to the championship in our junior year, and that was a great accomplishment. We lost one game in like the PCL, and that was another great accomplishment. And at Newman Gretty, I scored like 44 points, and that was like another one. And I remember we played some Maryland team. I had like a whole bunch of points that game.
No doubt. A whole bunch, no doubt. Who was like your toughest rival or toughest, competition? Was it Roman, or like who do you think was like the toughest comp you had in the PCL? Somebody
I
that,
say
was like you knew it was gonna be tough every time you played against him.
I say Roman because Roman's always they have like junior and senior year, like they always have tough players. They always have somebody that's trying to guard me, trying to lock me up. Like
Hmm.
I feel like the whole defense is like you get Isaiah Wong out the game, we win the game, but
Basically.
it wasn't that for that time because like my junior year they had Alan Bertrand and he was trying to guard me. Then senior year Seth Lundy he was trying to guard me, but he fouled out that one game and that really hurt them. And it was like that was like the hardest games I ever went in PCL.
Yeah. Who were some of the toughest players that you had to play against that defended you, that just just some players that in your mind you was like, oh my God, like this gonna be a tough matchup right here. You know what I mean? Some guys you really like afterwards, like showed a lot of respect for. Like, yo, yeah, that was a good matchup.
Um, I remember I was at a top 100 camp and I don't like short guards guarding me because I don't know why they always get to me. This one kid, he goes to Georgia. And he's a good player. I don't know, I forgot his name, but he goes to Georgia. He's a little small point guard. His defense is crazy. He be giving me a hard time. But and another player, it was like this kid for Team Sharp. He's going to the NBA draft this year. Devon Dotson. He's a
Uh-huh.
tough player. He's a really tough player. When we played him, we are one. When I was on We Are One, he was he was cooking us. He gave us like a 30 ball, crazy. And I was guarding him most of the time, so it was he gave, he gave me problems that game.
No doubt. So speaking of We Are One, that leads you play with for We Are One, and just kind of overall.
My first time like coming to Weir One, it was a great feeling because yeah, I can hear you. You want me to restart it? You heard me?
We good.
No. That's a good instrument. There's, hello? Yeah, you should start. I can barely hear you. It's up and down.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna jump out and I'm gonna start it over myself.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna start it right over. Been experiencing some crazy technical difficulties, poor connections, and all that. But hopefully, God willing, we'll be able to get this interview done with Isaiah Wong. Got a lot of great remaining questions from my man. So hopefully, he can tap back in with me. Finishing up. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate everybody, bearing with us. We definitely gonna get it done. We back. We good.
Yeah, we good.
I appreciate your patience, man. Instagram is crazy with this poor connection stuff, man. But I'm gonna just try to rattle through the next few questions so we can try to get it done. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So explain for any young viewers that are watching right now, any high school players that are going through the whole college recruitment process, that are frustrated, they may not be getting offers, they're getting a lot of offers, but they're confused, they don't know what to do. Explain to them what your experience was like with the whole college recruiting process, and then what ultimately led you to choosing Miami.
I feel like when I was young, I feel like what made me get like easier college coaches to come for me is like I had the talent. Like if you have the talent, you just need like the opportunity to show what you're good at. Like some teams, like some high school teams is like not for like what kids like want to be on, but like you need to find like the right high school team to be on, right AAU team to be on that trusts you to like make you be like the best player on like your team and make you not even the best player, like make what makes you like what best you could do, like what make you best stand out. And I feel like what makes you best stand out, and like that's what like the college coaches like to see. Like some college coaches don't don't need to see somebody score like 30 points or some. Sometimes they just need to see you play defense, play like defense on the best player on the other team. Just show like you really have what college coaches need, and I feel like that's what gets you like a lot of offers and stuff.
No doubt. And what when you were going through the whole recruiting process, I know you had tons of different schools that were interested in you, wanted you to join them. But what led you to say, you know what, Miami, Coach Larinaga, Fisher, like that's where I want to be.
I was really looking at their games and stuff, and I was liking how they play, and they was like playing like my style of basketball, and like I was watching Lonnie Walker a lot, and I was watching the guards and how they like played through with the system, and I like how they played through the system. I felt like how they played it was like really my type of game, and like playing like a guard system, then you can have bigs. Like they play defense. We're like Miami's like a defensive team, and they have guards to score. And I feel like that's like really my game is like score and play defense.
No doubt. And this is also another interesting thing that I'm always curious about. Um, what was for you regarding the learning curve? What was the most difficult um, adjustment going from high school to playing college basketball, Division I basketball, and then in the ACC? What was the biggest adjustment or learning curve?
Um, Learning curve is like just the pressure is crazy. I feel like in ACC, but it's like just getting used to it and just like I remember in some games like I was like running full speed at people while he was taking charges. I was like, this is not how I play and stuff. And I'll just, some games, I'll just throw the ball to like the opponent and it was just not looking so good. But what got me through it is like watching film and like rewatching like my mistakes and like realizing like what's open and what's not open and what can I do and what can I not do. I feel like that's what got me through, and I would like to thank Coach Fish for all that. He, all the ups and downs, and me and Fish went through. It's like it's crazy to see me now.
No doubt. What describe for anyone who didn't get a chance to see a bulk of the Miami games. Describe how'd your freshman season go? Tell us how that went.
I say it was an up and down season. Well, it was a down up season to be honest. For me, it was like I said, struggling, and I feel like I didn't have the season that I wanted, but like at the end, like I started like coming back into, started to feel my groove, started to hit shots that I would normally hit, and I feel like my my confidence is back, and I feel good about that.
No doubt. So you feel that I'm sure it was so what I heard you say was, of course, it was a learning process. You had to get adjusted. You had to find yourself, find your role, get comfortable, get confident. And once you found your groove, okay, here we go. Here's Wongzilla.
Yeah.
This is what he does best. Right?
Mhm.
So with that being said, I mean, you have regarding stats, I did some research. I was on the website earlier. February 19th, 2020 was a big day against Virginia Tech. Tell the people what happened at that Virginia Tech game.
Virginia Tech game. It was I would say like it showed like what I was really about, like how I played. But it was like the start of the game I was struggling. I didn't have like a lot of points and stuff, but I was playing defense, so that was keeping me in the game. And I was like, then I'll thank Chris and Cam for keeping us in the game, but I was just there to just like play defense and like for the like first quarter I was missing shots. First, second half, then like I'd be looking at this game like once a month and stuff. It was like 4 minute mark. It was like I had like 8 points in like the second half with 4 minutes left. And I remember Chris was in foul trouble, so Coach L put me at the point, and I went on like a 10-0 run, 11-0 run by myself, and I was like, I felt like that's how like I'd be like, I just go on like random runs by myself, and like I was thinking back to like the Newman Goretti game, like that's how like the same thing happened. Like first half I was struggling, then I went like I don't know what run. At the end of the game, I scored like 44 points in like 10 minutes, and I feel like in Virginia Tech it was like the same feeling I had, and I had like 27 points, and I hit some clutch shots throughout the game to to go to like triple overtime, and Cam and Chris hit some other tough shots to win the game, and it was like I was struggling, but I was feeling good about myself that game because I was really trying to win that game for us and the team, and I was trying my best, and like whatever I needed to do, I was trying to do. And at the end of the game, it was everybody was happy because that was like the most entertaining game on that night at ACC. If
No doubt.
you missed it, you can watch it on YouTube. You know,
No
yeah,
doubt. And besides that, I mean, besides the points, what I believe what stuck out to me most that game was you went 14 for 14 from the free throw line, man. And
yeah,
you had 12 rebounds.
yeah. I feel like I'm a great free throw shooter. I feel like free throw shooting is not a problem for me. It's just 14 for 14. I'm not saying I'm used to that, but like I know I can make 14 for 14 and free throw. I feel like that's easy for me,
Yeah.
but when I saw it on the thing, I was like, that's really impressive. But I was like, I could do that. But
No doubt. What's it like playing with Coach Larinaga? Describe, him. What's it like playing for him? And, what are some things you've learned from him?
Coach Larry, he's like one of the top coaches in ACC, and I feel like getting to know him, he's really like Coach Larinaga. Like he's really like one of the best top coaches, and like I see like all the hate he be getting from that. Like he don't deserve that hate. It's just like it was more like on us as a team. We didn't have like a lot of players to like come in and out the game, and we had like freshmen trying to lead the team, and Chris and Cam got injured, so it was really hard for Coach L to like try to like win more games and stuff. But like how Coach L like made the freshmen better, it was like that's the improvement, and I feel like Coach L is like a great coach for that. It was like he could have like took us out and like he could have took us out and like sat us for the whole season, but he trusted in me and Harlan and Anthony and kept us and made us like as a player as we are today. And that's what made Coach L like one of the top coaches. He really improves players and make players the best players they could be possible.
No doubt. That kind of piggyback off of that, and let me know what are some of your, for your as the years continue to progress at Miami. What are some personal goals that you have and things that you want to accomplish? Personal goals you have, things you want to accomplish, and regarding your personal development, how you want to continue to develop.
For next season, it's just like I'm my personal goal is I want to like lead the team and like scoring and playing defense, rebounding, just making or trying to get our team to like best as we can, make March Madness, trying to I really want to beat Duke and North Carolina. That's the team I really want to beat for next
And
season.
listen, that whole Duke thing, it's I'm sure you have your own personal reasons, but I think it's pretty cool because you're going back to the Iverson Classic. Remember, you was going back and forth with Cash and Stanley. Remember, y'all was getting it on at the Iverson game. Remember
Yeah, we was.
that? For sure, for sure, man. So beating Duke is really going to be a milestone for you at Miami, right?
Yeah, most definitely. And for a lot of fans, they want to see that happen. I want to see that happen too. Just being a part of that would be a great accomplishment for me and the team.
No doubt. Speaking of accomplishments, I have a list of them right now, but I'll let you rattle off, and then I'll fill in any blanks of some from things that I read online. What are some of your And we're almost about to wrap up. I just want to take a quick second to mention for anyone that's watching. We're about to wrap up. If you have any questions for Isaiah Wong, I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm gonna give the people the chance to ask some questions at the very end. We're gonna have a Q&A straight from the people, straight to Isaiah Wong. And I just want to, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for hanging in there with us through all the reception issues and all that. So yeah, so what are some of your accomplishments your freshman year? Some things, some things you accomplished, like freshman of the week, and some things that kind of stuck out to you, things you're happy about.
I had like 3 back-to-back 20-point games, and that was an accomplishment. And I got 2-time ACC Freshman of the Year of the week. I mean, not of the year, of the week.
Yep.
And I had like a game, like a double-double with 27 points and 12 rebounds. And that was like top in Kane's history as a freshman. And let me think. That's really, you can fill in the blanks now.
Yeah, and I think you pretty much covered everything. One thing I think stuck out is that you were the first Division I freshman in the last decade to have 25 points, 10 rebounds, while making 10 free throws without a miss. I thought that was pretty interesting. You ended up with, if I'm not mistaken, like shooting like 82.9% from the free throw line. And just like you said, 2-time ACC freshman of the week and all that. I think you touched on everything else.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So before we wrap up, man, just what advice, overall advice, would you have for players, period? Whether it's basketball advice, life advice, and keys to success. When you think back over your career so far, from high school into now, what are some key things, man, that have really helped you to get to where you are? Because there's a lot of players out there off the court. They're hanging out with kids, they're hanging out with the wrong crowds, they're using drugs, what I'm saying, smoking marijuana, not putting work in. Some of the most talented individuals, but they have these other things that are pulling them down. What has helped you be successful, man? Talk to the people, man.
What helped me be successful, my mom keeping me like grounded as a person, and just being like one of those kids, like you're not gonna be like these other people. You're gonna be like the best version of yourself. I give my mom credit for that, and just being like from all the distractions, like the only thing like I do is just the only thing I had to do is just go out to the park and like get better in my game. When I was young, I was just at the park every day with my friends, just getting better. Sometimes that my friend wasn't outside, I was just by myself, just shooting around, just thinking about the moments like Kobe, just studying the game, watching film, and like trying to do what the NBA players do, like and other stuff, and like shooting, just shooting, try to get shots up every day, and try to like if you want to go outside scrimmage against older people, I recommend that because that really gets you better because it just gets you more like into your groove. I feel like I'm like a street ball player, but it's like can't really like street ball sometimes in college basketball, but like when I find my groove, you're gonna see. Well, I be getting some travels because I be trying to show my step back game, but they don't like that. So,
They try to get your James Harden on, huh?
yeah, they don't like that. But just being like going out in the court, just like work on your game against some other kids and stuff. Just do what you've been working on. If you want to work on like some teardrops, some long range 3 pointers. Don't let anybody tell you what not to do. Just if you want to do it, just do it. I feel like, and that would get you to the best ability of yourself.
No doubt. Well, I appreciate all that encouragement, man. I'm sure if it's any younger ballers, um, that are watching, I'm sure they appreciate those keys to success as well, man. One thing I want to know. That's another interesting thing for me. I mean, you played down at the PCL championship. I mean, no, down at the Palestra, in those crowds, right?
Yeah.
How does that compare to playing against like North Carolina? Like when you come out the locker room and you see all those people and hear the noise, like put that in perspective for me, man.
North Carolina, it was crazy. I remember we were warming up, and I could see all the fans just coming in one by one, just looking at us. Just there was a whole bunch of fans, and the way their stadium is like built is just like everybody. It's like everybody can like look down on you and stuff, and it was a crazy experience. While like they're like I'll say like Duke too. It was like it's a little like stadium, but it's like everybody's like right there. Fans are like right by the court to get to you and get to your head, and like when you're warming up, they saying stuff and trying, trying to get in your head. But it's like it's a great feeling to be in that opportunity, be in that place.
No doubt. Would you at all get nervous, or if you were nervous, like how long did it take for the nerves to go away?
I feel like every game I'm nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. But it's like when I'm in the game, it's like when I um, runs in, is just like all the noise just goes out, and I just be in my zone.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate you here sharing that, man. So that's pretty much it, man. That's all my questions. Before we wrap up and I go to the Q&A from the people, is there anything else that you wanted to say that I didn't touch on, and or does anybody want to shout out before we wrap up?
Um, I feel like I just want to say this, like something for the little kids. If you like tall as a young kid, and your coach wants to like say you got to play this position, but you want to play like this other position, go play your position. Like if your coach say just stand there, play center. If you want to dribble up the court and just make some play making passes, I feel like you should like find another team if they don't respect your game. Just trying to find your best abilities and play with the best team that feels like they can make you the best player.
No doubt, no doubt. I appreciate that, man. All right, so we're gonna go to the people, man. We got some celebrities in the building. We got Jado Films in the building. Shout out Jado Films. I always love to say that. Shout out Jado Films. Come on, Isaiah. Shout out Jado Films, man.
What's good, Jado? I see you supporting Jado.
No doubt. Jado wants to know what's your best moment from college this year?
I'll say Virginia Tech only went to three overtimes, and I hit both of those clutch shots to go in overtime, and that was like one of the great moments of college basketball I had so far.
No doubt. Frank Yoakum 3 wants to know your favorite Bonner moment.
Um, Favorite Bonner moment? I'll say the O'Hara game for first game of the playoffs my junior year. It was for the PCL. I went for like a triple double, like 30 points, and no, I went for like 30, 10, and 12. And that was like one of the craziest games. I had like a nasty dunk that game. So that was like one of the best moments I had at Bonner history.
No doubt, no doubt. I'm just scrolling through the comments, back through the comments. I see a Teray Morton wants to know. He said, if you couldn't have played in the PCL in high school, where would you have felt comfortable playing?
Um, hmm. I was looking at Roselle Catholic, Perkiomen, um, St. No, not St. Joe, Patrick School. What other school? Some, and I forgot what the other. There is some schools I can't think about right now, but there's some other schools I was looking at, but I wasn't like really thinking about all those big schools at the time. But Bonner was really there for me at the time, so
Got you. Duval Simmons has a good question. What are you doing during the pandemic to stay in shape?
Uh,
Two-part question. So what are you doing during the pandemic to stay in shape?
Um, I've been buying a lot of stuff like equipment. Me and my mom, we bought like a basketball hoop outside to get my shots up, and we have a little garage that we have a bench press, we have a lifting bar, and we have a bike, and in the backyard we have a pool outside, so I could get some workouts there, some pool workouts there, and I be running sometimes just to keep me in shape.
No doubt. So you got a little mini LA Fitness at your house, huh?
Yeah.
No doubt. And Duval Simmons also wanted to know, and you can answer this question or you can pass, because I'm not sure, if you have a lot, how much insight you have with it. But if you feel comfortable, go right ahead. What are your thoughts on the incoming freshmen coming into Miami?
I mean, I think both of them are tough. Earl, I've been looking at him. I like how he plays, and I feel like he fits in the system. Like he plays defense. He can play guard if he wants to. He's big enough. He got the body of a like he just has a body of a grown man, and he can play with the best of them in the ACC. And the other kid, he's a shooter, and I played with him once when he came, and I think he's a nice player to play with, and he's like a great stretch player, and I heard he could play defense too. So he's a great. Those both are going to be some good players coming into the ACC, and they gonna help us win more games.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate that insight on the young fellas, on the recruiter, on the new recruits. Let me see what else. We got some other great questions here. Cole Saunders wants to know what was that game like at Illinois?
Um, the game in Illinois, that was it was it was a good game, and the culture. I mean, not the culture, but it was a good game. Um, I really didn't do so good. I wasn't on. Oh yeah, we won. Oh yeah, Chris. I was just watching Chris the whole time. Chris was like, that man's different. Chris different. He be making game winning plays, and that last play he did, he took a charge, and we won the game. That was a great feeling between us, and I give credit to the team and Chris for and us for winning that game.
No doubt. Jared Jackson 10 wants to know what's the hardest part about Division I basketball?
Um, just trying to find your position on the team as a Division I basketball because at the time there's like a lot of players that's been there for like 3 years or 4 years that's already been through it, and they already have like more experience than you, and like they might not have like the talent you have, but they have like the experience of what they already know and how to get to you and how what's going to happen. So that's like the hardest part about college basketball. I feel like just knowing the game and knowing how people play and stuff.
No doubt. Zach Stanfield, he may not have been tuned in earlier when you answered this question when we talked about it, but you can just mention it again. Most points scored this year, was it Virginia Tech?
Yeah, it was Virginia Tech. I have 27 points.
Gotcha. Rasan says, so proud of you. What have you learned from this year that you'll take into your sophomore year? Coach Thompson. Who's
Uh,
that?
that's my coach from Notre Dame. He was an assistant.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Shout out to Notre Dame. And that was, anyone who doesn't know, that was the high school you attended in New Jersey before coming to Bonner.
Yeah, Coach
No
Thompson.
doubt. So
Coach
what have you learned from this year that you'll take into your sophomore year?
What I learned is just being like more of a film dude and being more like knowing like what players are going to do and like watching films from later games, and I feel like that would help more as being more just knowing stuff and helping myself being like a better player, like me and having confidence as a player and just making better plays and just turning the ball over, just being more confident.
No doubt. Um, Teray Morton has another good question. I mean, this may speak to the endurance that you have because I don't think I've ever seen you get tired during the game. So his question is, what kind of running do you do? Like long distance sprints or both?
Um, I I don't really do running like that. I'm just like a person that just don't get tired. I feel like yeah, like in the game is just like you just got to be in the shape. Like during the season, you just put your body in shape. Like every time, like if you get the minutes, you're gonna be in shape because you in the court, you just gonna be naturally in shape. And I feel like as me, like I'm a skinny person, so I feel like me, I'm getting up and down the court easily, and I feel like that's why I don't get as much tired as normally people do.
No doubt. I have a question. So I'm talking. It's a big game. You're playing against Duke or North Carolina or whatever. Are you the type of person that if you're dog tired, exhausted, are you going to be like, coach, sub? Or are you just going to like play through it? Like I'm not getting out of this game.
In the clutch or like during the game.
It's like it's like 10 minutes left. You've been playing the majority. You played the majority of the first half. You started the second half, but it's just been up and down. It's just been a track meet, and you're just tired. The game's probably like you guys are probably up one, but you're just exhausted, man. I mean, are you going to call for a breather? Or are you going to push through it?
I'm gonna push through it because like I'm gonna find a little break in here and there, just like foul calls. I'm gonna take a couple breaths, get out on the free throw line, take my couple seconds, take all my time, catch my breath. But I'm gonna be in there the whole time.
No doubt. That's what's up. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Coach Fisher, anybody they watching that, I'm sure they'll appreciate that as well. That tenacity, that aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Not just one to push through it. One of the last questions I'll ask from Cole Saunders. What are the top? He says he has top five, but just I'll just say top. What are some of the top arenas that you've played in this year that you were just impressed by?
Um, Duke, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, Louisville, Georgia Tech. Is that five? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
either or. But and just any that stick out to you that were impressive.
and Illinois. Yeah, that's the top. That's what my last one.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate it, man. I don't have any more questions for you. The people, pretty much are done asking questions. Just want to say on behalf of Big Star, myself, and Raw Sports, the Raw Sports family, which you are, Raw Sports family. Just want to say thank you, man, for all that you've done for the game, all that you gave to the game, all the excitement. Me filming all the highlights, just everything that you gave so far to the fans, to your family. You're making your family proud. Thank you for your current success. Praying for continued success. Congrats on a great freshman season, and I'm just praying for just sky's the limit for you, man. And I'm just praying that you continue to stay motivated and focused, doing well in the classroom and on the court. And sky's the limit for you, man.
All right, thank you. I,
No doubt. And so just so you know, if you can probably tap in later on at 8 o'clock, I got Colin Gillespie. I said it's college day. Fellow PCL family member Colin Gillespie from Villanova. He's going to join me later on at 8 o'clock, man. Real quick, few words about Colin Gillespie, man, from the PCL or what he's doing at Villanova, man.
I feel like Colin Gillespie. He's like a. I didn't. I feel like I don't know like people around Philly like that, but I didn't know like he was gonna be like this much of a problem in Villanova, and he really surprised me as one of the top players of Villanova. He might be the best player of Villanova right now. I feel like if he keeps on going, he's going to see more than just college. Hopefully, he gets a chance at an NBA contract or something. I hope the best for him.
No doubt, man. I'm sure he appreciates that encouragement, and you know, I feel the same way, man. So, just want to again say thank you, Isaiah, man. You know, make sure you stay in touch, man, and you know, just continue to be safe and be healthy, man, during this pandemic. And I look forward to seeing you out there on the court, God willing, sometime soon, man.
All right.
All right, appreciate you, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right.